Hi, good afternoon. My name is Rejaul, and the title of my presentation is Google Classroom, an innovation in teaching learning process to bridge learning gaps in Bangladesh. Now, in this presentation, I'm going to propose how innovatively students' weaknesses can be dealt with the usage of technology and interesting students' collaboration. Uh, to outline the presentation, I've divided it into four parts. In the first part, I'm going to talk about the context where this course is going to be used. And in the second part, you'll be briefed about the target group of learners. And the third part will deal with my opinion and some opinion of some other teachers and students. And last but not the least, the fourth part will explain the rationale of this course. I mean, why this Google Classroom and how this is going to be an innovation. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. So to understand this presentation, I think first and foremost thing is to understand the context. Why this said course is needed. Now, to help you understand the necessity of this course, I think I need to explain the context a little. So the context we're talking about is undergraduate classes where students come from different learning experiences, different learning backgrounds. Students from at least three different backgrounds come to my classroom or our classrooms here in Bangladesh. The first group is the mainstream Bangla medium students who study 200 marks of English in their academic year. So they have some sort of exposure to English. The second group of students who come from entirely English medium background, who study in British or American curriculum schools, and they have entire complete exposure towards English since they study all their courses in English, and the total medium of instruction in their classes also is English. The third group of students who come from madrasas or the religious schools, and this group of students study only 100 marks of English in their academic years, in each academic year. So you see, at least these three different groups of students come to the same classroom to study in different academic disciplines in their undergraduate courses, especially since the communication medium of instruction is English here in our classes. Now all these students have to attend general English courses, English language courses, depending on their level of proficiency. So, since it is a class with mixed ability students, what I do in the very beginning of the semester in general is to carry out an activity, which is a freehand writing activity actually, followed by an informal discussion, especially in the beginning of the semester. And based on this, what I find generally is three different groups of learners. The first group who are okay with their both writing and speaking, and they can handle the pressure of the semester or the pressure of the course. The second group, uh, the second group is another group of learners who have satisfactory level of writing proficiency, but not at all confident in speaking. And the third group or third type of students who seem to have problems both in writing and speaking. And they are the most vulnerable group because they actually, in fact, this group 2 and 3 both struggle to keep pace with the students of the first group throughout the semester, uh, because once the semester started, the pressure of the study, the classwork, homework, assignment, etc., keeps mounting, and they cannot keep pace. And within the first 2 3 weeks, it is found that many of the students withdraw, and many finally drop the course in the end, or towards the end, or even after the first meet, second meet. I have seen many people withdrawing or dropping courses just because of not being able to keep pace with the pressure of the semester. Under these circumstances, I think it's very important for me as a teacher to try to help these students out by just extending an initiative of additional help. Because if they are helped in addition to their classroom time and classroom and consultation time, especially when they are not in the classroom or in the campus, I think many of these students can help themselves by not withdrawing from the course, or not dropping the course, because by doing so, they not only lose their valuable time, but also the hard-earned money saved and sent by their parents to them. Uh, Keeping this in mind, actually, I decided to talk with a number of my colleagues, and I indeed talked with 5 or 6 of my colleagues, and who also are in the same opinion that we actually need to help the students, because there are many who are badly in need of help. Then I also decided to talk with a number of students just to see their motivation, if they will be ready to take this help. And quite interestingly, I found these people were really, really motivated, and they'll be ready to spend their time and try to help themselves bridge the existing learning gaps. Now, in this final part of my presentation, I'm going to explain why I have decided to use Google Classroom and how this course is going to be an innovation. Turning to the Google Classroom, this is quite accessible, free of cost, and most of the students I'm talking about have quite comfortable accessibility with all the online tools like Google and all social networking apps. Besides, as long as they stay within their campus, they can use free Wi-Fi of the university. Apart from this, the mobile data in Bangladesh is quite cheap, so it's quite affordable. So for all these reasons, I think the choice of using Google Classroom and some other social networking apps is quite befitting. Turning to the innovation part, I have not seen any teachers of English department in Bangladesh, especially in private universities or private institutions, using this kind of courses, using online tools and Google Classrooms. Yeah, there are many teachers who use these platforms, but most of them are from engineering backgrounds. So from this perspective, this course is at least an innovation for the context, for my context, the context I'm talking about. Um so that's why I think the usage of Google Classroom is going to be a good selection. And definitely this this way of running the course is going to be an innovation, at least for the Department of English Teachers. Thank you very much.